In this video, I'm going to be telling you possibly the fastest way to make over 10K, 20K, 30K per month this Q4 in your e-commerce and dropshipping business. Let's go. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. My name is Jeffrey, back again with another e-commerce video today. And today, I want to share with you guys probably the fastest way to make over $50,000 or more with your e-commerce business this Q4. Now, as you know, Q4 is already around the corner, it's already happening, so you want to make use of this period by utilizing these strategies just in time for people to buy and buying from your store in particular. So without further ado, let's get right to the content. So if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jeffrey. I make e-commerce videos, make money online, affiliate marketing, stuff like that. So if you want to join the family, just click subscribe down below, comment and like the video. That tells me that you enjoyed the video and you want to see more. And comment BRANDFAM as well to enter our giveaway. I usually give away a free call, maybe 30 minutes or so, to look at your store or just talk for 30 minutes and ask me any questions. So be sure to subscribe and comment down below. So in order for this to happen, of course, there are some prerequisites that you have to fulfill. And one of them is you really need a good product that people want to buy, or what we call a winning product. And the reason why we call it winner, because there's no such thing as a winning product if you actually have the right marketing in place and good creatives and stuff like that. But preferably you want to find something that already works if you're a beginner. And there are actually a few ways to figure that out. So watch my other videos on how to find winning products. There'll be a link down below. So you can get back to it once you're done. So what you have to know in Q4 is that people really buy for gifts. People buy each other gifts and presents and stuff like that because it's the holiday season, so you don't really necessarily have to focus on just problem solvers. You can focus on products that are quirky, cute, and makes for a good gift, and they are eye-catchy and really has that wow factor. There's really still a lot of choices to choose from here. And yeah, so basically you have to have a winning product. Of course, you have to have a product that people want to buy in order for this to work. So just a prerequisite and disclaimer. Now, for the 50K per month method, we're going to talk about the hybrid method. And what I mean is really having a storefront for branding and brand awareness and exposure, having that as the baseline for people to check out your brand and stuff like that, like movement here. As you can see, their website looks really clean, really beautiful, and I just really like their design overall. And this is basically like an epitome of an e-com brand that works really well. So they have really good pictures and stuff. So you really want to have a storefront for that while you're building this brand. And at the same time, while you're acquiring customers, you want to have something called a sales funnel. Now, if you don't know what that is, don't worry. I actually have a free training down below, completely free and no catch. So just watch the link down below if you want to know more about this. But basically, for sales funnels to acquire a customer, you're really going to help yourself increase your average order value. So the average customer spends more on your store on average. You have a higher conversion rate. That means for example, for every 100 people, maybe 10% might buy, at least 5% people might buy, so at least 5 of those people might buy 100 people. You might have a lower bounce rate because for a sales landing page, either they buy the product or they don't, and there are really no distractions here. And as I said again, there will be a link down below for the free training, so don't worry if you're confused. And basically you can pay more for customers because of that higher average order value, which means you have a higher budget to acquire that customer in and then really bring you to that sales funnel that you're making. It's also a guided process because it's basically every single step they're guided every step of the way. And obviously, if you don't know anything about it, or if you've never heard of a store or something before, you want to be held in the hand, right? You want to be guided step by step. I'm sure many of you can relate, and I'm pretty sure I do that sometimes too. When I have something that I'm not really sure about, I want to be guided, right? As well as that, you don't really have to keep importing products. For example, using 𝗿𝗲𝘀. I'm not saying it's not an effective strategy, but you can actually try. You don't actually need to import any products because you can just add the product in directly if you're using a sales funnel. And last but not least, it's also great. It's actually really great for low ticket items. So any item below $50, sorry. And the reason for this is because it's really straightforward. Usually the checkout process is only 2 steps. And in the middle, we're going to be talking about more upsell opportunities as well during that to really increase your average order value. So basically, this is a screenshot that I took directly from the free training below about sales funnels. So basically, this is just a new method of acquiring customers and taking them step by step from all the way in the beginning all the way to the end. In the first step, you have the order form where you're asking people to check out the item that you're having to offer. So whether it be a fishing rod or some kind of like LED dog collar or like a posture corrector, whatever it is. Basically, you have that form to let people know what it is, kind of the benefits, how it can help them, the different colors and stuff like that. This is where you really introduce the product. Before this, actually, you can actually have some kind of opt-in form to kind of collect email. That's actually one of the more important reasons why you should be getting a sales funnel, is because you can capture leads, get that email, so you can kind of email them in the back end and market them in the back end. So basically, in the first and second step, it would be kind of an awareness stage where you'll be showing them all about the product and kind of the benefits like that. So let's see here in the first stage, you have a selling price of $25. So basically, it's a two-step order form. You're going to order the product in and then go to the next stage. And this is the next stage here, upsell 1. And the good thing about these is that it's actually a one-click upsell. So either people want to buy it or they don't want to buy it. So it's a yes and no. If they want to click on it, if they want the product, they'll click on yes, and they'll be automatically billed to the order. So that item will be automatically added to the order in the order summary. And if they don't want it, they can just click on no. But let's say, for example, that you can sell another item for $15. Let's say it's the same product or a different, some kind of upsell, a complementary product, right? So let's say it's $15, and later on we have something called an upsell 2, where it's another upsell, and here you can actually sell them another complementary item for, let's say, $10 and $15 and stuff like that. And then again, it's going to be yes or no, right? If it's yes, they'll be billed automatically. If no, they'll just skip it. Last but not least, we have the order confirmation page or the thank you page. And let's say, for simplicity's sake, that the customer takes all 3 of this, which is not uncommon, because if it's really useful for them and they really need it as part of the the package for the item, then most likely they will take up the offer, right? Because it's cheap. So let's say, for example, everyone, the customer takes every single item from the upsells. Your revenue in total is actually going to be $55 as opposed to $25, which is really useful, because now, since your average order value is so high, you can acquire a customer easier because you have a higher budget, right? And let's say you have a cost of goods for about $18, everything added together, you have 2 items of the same item, another upsell, a complementary item, it's $18. And then you have a shipping fee, usually from AliExpress, it's going to be about $3 or so, because they don't charge you per item, it's usually together, so $3. And then say you have transaction fees of Shopify or whatever software they're using, is $2. And let's say, again, of course, you have to acquire the customers through paid advertisements, which is usually going to be $10 or maybe even more. I'm just being pretty lenient here. So that leaves you with a profit of $22 just from one customer. So that's really effective if you can think about it, because you have a lot of leeway and a lot of space to work with. You have a lot of space to acquire that customer, and so you can actually spend more on acquiring a customer through Facebook ads or Google ads. And even though if your cost per purchase is high, you still might have a positive ROAS, your return on ad spend, because that customer is spending more on your store. In contrast, if you actually have a Shopify store, let's say it's bringing you to a product page, and let's say you have a couple of upsells, but it's not really in their face, they might actually buy just one product, that one product they're trying to promote, and nothing else. And let's say the product is $25, right, for example, and you're going to be left with $25, and then let's say you have to source the product for like $5, right? And that's already a really healthy margin, a $20 margin. You're left with, basically, after everything deducted, like $10 client customer and transaction fees and cost of goods, your profit margin is probably only like $5 to maybe $8 or so. So you can see how powerful this sales funnel is for acquiring customers. Now, I'm not saying that you should only focus on sales funnels. In fact, if you're just starting off, obviously you can just do sales funnels. But later on, if you're scaling and you want to kind of build a brand, you want to kind of have a storefront as well on top of your building a funnel. But basically, this is going to be a method and the fastest way to get to 50K or more per month, which is going to be utilizing sales funnels to increase your average order value and basically pay more per customer. Okay, so if you want to know more about this, there'll be a link down below for the free training. There is no catch. All you have to do is sign up, enter your email to get access, and then I'll probably email you the training straight away. And I'll even give you a free course and stuff like that as well. But more on that later after the training and on the sales page as well. So that's it for today, and hope you got some value. And be sure to comment down below BRANDFAM to enter the giveaway, and let me know what you want to see next. and subscribe if you're new here for more content.